Hello there and welcome to the channel. So in this video I presented with all of you guys a really helpful strategy which you should be taking in order to prepare yourself for your Ielts examination, and I've also given some of the tips and tricks which I personally know, as all of you guys know that I really value your time quite a lot. So I've made this video really systematically. However, if you feel bored or anything like that, as usual the timestamps have been attached in the description below, so feel free to skip around to the video to your topic of interest. So without any further ado, let's get started with today's video. First of all, let's find out what kind of examination you personally need, as there are two different types of Ielts examination. Number first being the academic Ielts and number second being the general training Ielts examination. Firstly, talking about academic Ielts examination, so this has to be undertaken by anyone who aspires to study in a university in an English speaking country such as UK, USA, Australia, New Zealand. Any of such English speaking countries require academic Ielts in order to get an admission in the university. Moving on to the general training Ielts examination, so this has to be undertaken by anyone for rest all of their immigration or other kind of employments. Let's say for example you have been staying in Australia and you want to bring your parents from India to Australia. So in this case they will be requiring a general training Ielts examination instead of the academic Ielts one. The main difference is in the purpose of the visit. However, there is a really big difference in the reading and writing modules for the academic Ielts and the general training one. However, there's one more exception here as well. For example, if you want to go to English speaking countries with regards to your medical work or medical related employment, in this case as well you will be requiring your academic Ielts examination. So in the next section I'll be talking you through some of the modules which are covered in the Ielts examination. So once you've figured out what kind of Ielts examination you should be undertaking, now is the best time to start thinking about strategy in order to prepare yourself for your Ielts examination.
As you can see on your screen, I've mentioned all the Ielts modules which are examined, and in this section I'll be letting you know what is the time duration and the test format for each and every module, and what is the difference between the modules of your academic Ielts and your general training Ielts examination. Firstly, I'll be talking to you about listening module, which is about 30 to 35 minutes in time duration, and the test format being it consists of 4 different parts which consist of monologues and dialogues. For example, in a monologue you will be hearing an audio which will be talking on a particular social issue, and you will be answering the questions on that relevant topic. So now moving on to the second module, which is your reading module. Now there is a big difference here between your academic reading and your general training reading. The difference is in terms of the level of difficulty. However, the tasks remain still the same. For example, there will be tasks which will consist of multiple choice questions, identifying information, matching information, summary completion, note completion. All such tasks are covered in this particular module. Now moving on to the third module, which is your writing module. Now definitely here is a difference in terms of the difficulty, and also there is a difference in terms of type of questions which are asked. For example, in terms of your academic writing, there will be 2 different tasks. The very first task will consist of a graph or data, and you need to summarize and explain the information. And in the second task you have to write an essay. However, for your general training writing there will be 2 different parts. In the very first part you will be given a letter to write, and in the second task you will be given an essay which you have to write in with regards to a response on a point of view. In terms of speaking test, it will be about 3 different parts. In the very first part you will be asked some of the general questions, and the second task there will be a 1 minute of conversation which you have to deliver on one particular topic on the card. And in the third part the interviewer will be asking you some of the relevant questions with respect to the topic which you have discussed, and it will be an opportunity for you guys to discuss about your abstract ideas and abstract views on that particular topic.
So now once you've got an understanding of all the Ielts modules, now is the very right time to move on to the second stage of preparing yourself for your Ielts examination. So in this stage I will be asking all of you guys to test yourself. By testing I mean that try to solve a sample question paper, and for that I presented a link in the description below which will be taking you to the official website for the Ielts, and all the sample papers are free of cost and you can solve them for all the modules. So now once you have solved the sample papers and you've given yourself an equivalent band, there will be 2 very important outputs which you will be gaining. In the first one, let's say you have achieved your desired score for your IELTS band which you require for that particular country or for that particular purpose of work. In this case, you can prepare yourself for your examination and you will be just requiring like 15 to 30 days. And to further enhance your performance, you can utilize three very important things, which is the free apps for your IELTS examination, free websites, free online tutorials. Now moving on to the number second output. For example, if you haven't really achieved your desired level of IELTS band which you required, in this case I will be highly recommending you to join a training institute. For example, IDP is a really big company in terms of this, so you can join their institute, and then thereafter you can figure out that how much time duration you actually need, whether you need 2 months to prepare yourself and give an IELTS examination, or 3 months or 4 months, depending on your level of excellency in that particular institute and how you actually learn the things. So now here I also want to like to mention some of the resources which will facilitate towards preparation for your IELTS examination. Number first being, you can see this chart here. For example, once you're doing your sample papers, you can give yourself a score from 0 to 40 and then convert that scores into your bands so that you can get an idea that where you really stand out. But secondly, I also want to mention something known as online IELTS progress checker. This service is provided by official IELTS organization. So what they do is you will be attempting your 4 modules which I explained, and they will be giving you the bands and it will be checked within 5 days. And the best thing about this is all these modules will be checked by official IELTS trainer, so that you can get a really comfortable feeling that whether you have scored the desired level of IELTS or not, and you can be much more confident in order to prepare yourself. Number thirdly, I've also mentioned some of the links to the books which will take you to the Amazon website, and you can order some of these books which has really helped me as well to improve my English. It isn't really the perfect English which I speak, but however it can really help you out. So I would highly recommend all of these resources which I have mentioned, as this will really help you in boosting your IELTS band score. So in this last section, I want to give you some of the advices which will help you in order to boost your IELTS band score. Number first being, please try to identify your strengths and weaknesses. By this I mean, please try to judge yourself that where you are actually standing at this present moment. Number secondly, have a perfect study schedule, that how are you going to maximize your IELTS band. And number third being, please do not straight away book your IELTS examination being overconfident. Try to first of all prepare yourself, be confident enough, and then book your IELTS examination. And number fourth being that whenever you're solving some of the sample papers, please try to do them in a time restricted conditions. Make same kind of an atmosphere as in the examination hall in terms of the time restrictions. As we approach towards the end of today's video, I really hope that this video gave you a little bit of understanding what an IELTS examination really is and how you can really prepare for it. Please make sure to comment down your feedback, and also please subscribe to the channel as I make all such amazing content for all of you guys. Best of luck and thanks for watching the video.